are in chapter 18, verses 10 to 12. Let me start by giving an anecdote. So, in the year 1817, a young mother was left alone because her husband couldn't pay up a lot of debt, and so he was sent to prison. She had a son, 15-year-old, and the 15-year-old now wanted to take over some of the responsibilities. So he wanted to leave school and go to work. Mother was not happy. She told him, look, son, you at the age of 12 did that already. You wasted 1 full year. Don't do that. We will try to manage somehow. Don't just go back to school. Education is important. But he said, no, Mom, I must help you out. So he went and worked as a stenographer for a law firm. One of the responsibilities of that job was to report on the proceedings of the court every night. So, and that involved a lot of writing. This young man, Charley, was quite happy to do that. He felt a hidden talent in him in writing those reports. So he developed the skills even more and more as he was doing that over that year. And that shaped his future. Who is he? He is the famous, celebrated English author, Charles Dickens. When we read his books, we tend to think that he must be a well-educated English scholar. Not so. So he pursued and found what his duties were at an early age. Not all of us have that ability. Krishna in the last few verses says, you must not abandon your prescribed duties. That led me to think, what are my prescribed duties? Nobody lists the prescribed duties when I'm born. As soon as I have some conscience, somebody gives me a list, say, look, Ramesh, this is what you're going to do in your life. Nobody does that. The comedian Crazy Mohan lightheartedly mentions quite often that which branch of engineering he should pursue was decided by everybody in a joint family when he was living in a joint family. And he would say, well, my grandma said, don't go to electrical engineering because I don't want you to get shocks. Whichever way our destiny is shaped, our prescribed duties are given to us. Sometimes the mother was insisting Charles that he should go to school, but he didn't. He went against the advice given to him by those who were surrounding him. But it comes to us in our intuitions, in many ways. We just have to listen to it and pursue it. And in the verses today, it says, someone who is good, intelligent, and courageous doesn't always look for easy path of prescribed duties or shy away from strenuous duties. They just don't worry about the fruits of the labor. But those who are constantly thinking about the fruits of the labor, the consequence of doing that may be pleasant, unpleasant, or something in between, is carried not only throughout their life, even beyond. Meaning, they leave a burden to those who are his or her survivors. So the survivors inherit. Not everything is pleasant, right? There are some pleasant, there are some unpleasant consequences of expecting always favorable fruits. All of that is left behind as well, not only suffering through our own lives. The emphasis here is we are not to lower our expectations of the efforts. We are to do our best in all our actions. But we are what we are to do is lower our or eliminate our expectations from that labor, from those actions. That is the way I understand today's verses.